Learn more on BBC Bitesize.
Hello and welcome to BBC Bitesize GCSE English Literature. I'm Jean Mingus.
And I'm Carl Anka. Today we're going to be delving into J.B. Priestley's thought-provoking play, An Inspector Calls. We're going to be exploring its key themes, its characters and ideas from each act.
Absolutely. Set in 1912, An Inspector Calls focuses on the affluent Birling family and an unexpected visit from Inspector Goole. It's a social critique of the time, looking at issues like class, social responsibility, age and gender.
We're going to be taking a potted look at the story and giving you the key points to help you with your exam. So, without further ado, let the show commence.
Act 1 kicks off in the Birling family home, where the Birlings are celebrating the engagement of Sheila Birling and Gerald Croft. The mood is jovial and upbeat. Everything seems perfect for the family.
Mr. Arthur Birling, a prosperous businessman, gives an optimistic speech, boasting about the future. He is happy that Sheila is marrying Gerald because Gerald's parents are wealthy business owners. It's clear that Mr. Birling feels that this marriage will be to his advantage, because he boasts that he's to be considered for a knighthood. However, things are not as positive as they seem. Mr. Birling seems to be saying things that aren't quite true. For example, he says, "The Titanic, unsinkable, absolutely unsinkable." That's a line full of dramatic irony, since we know the Titanic sank just a few years later.
And that's not all. Mr. Birling dismisses concerns about the possibility of war, calling it
fiddlesticks.
He's confident in his beliefs, unaware that global conflicts are just around the corner.
This helps establish Birling as a character who is somewhat blind to the reality of the world around him, believing in his own self-interest and dismissing wider social issues. His attitude sets the tone for the themes of privilege and ignorance in the play.
During the speech, Mr. Birling suggests that a man has to make his own way, but their celebration is interrupted by the arrival of Inspector Goole, who brings news of a young woman named Eva Smith, who has taken her own life by drinking disinfectant. The family are shocked by this news, but they don't see how they could be involved.
The inspector has a picture of the girl and a letter and a diary that she has written. As each member of the Birling family is connected to Eva in some way, he only ever shows one person the picture at a time. Now, that's an important detail for later. He reveals the girl's name, Eva Smith, and that she used to work in Mr. Birling's factory. Mr. Birling had Eva sacked as she was the ringleader of a group of workers who asked for higher pay.
Mr. Birling still can't see how he has anything to do with Eva's death. The inspector points out that her being sacked could be the beginning of a chain of events that led to her taking her own life. But Mr. Birling is still not convinced.
This shocking event is the beginning of the unravelling of the Birling family's secrets. In Act 2, the inspector begins his questioning. First, he turns to Arthur Birling, who admits he had Eva Smith fired from his factory after she led a strike for higher wages. Birling, though, justifies his actions by saying, "Well, I can't accept any responsibility." He believes that what he was doing was necessary for business.
Next, we hear from Sheila Birling, who shows a stark contrast to her father. She admits to having Eva dismissed from a department store after Eva confronted her about being unfairly treated. Sheila regrets her actions and says,
"I'll never do it again to anyone. I feel like I can never go there again."
Gerald Croft, Sheila's fiancé, is next. He reveals that he had an affair with Eva, who had taken the name Daisy Renton. Gerald says,
"She didn't blame me at all. I wish to God she had now. Perhaps I'd feel better about it." He feels guilty, but still doesn't take full responsibility for his actions.
The inspector continues his investigation, turning to Mrs. Birling, Sheila's mother. She's revealed to have refused Eva assistance at a charity she was involved in, believing Eva was to blame for her own downfall. Mrs. Birling says,
"I think she only had herself to blame."
This shows her complete lack of empathy and highlights her privileged attitude. The inspector continues to question Mrs. Birling and things get interesting.
In Act 3, the inspector's investigation comes to a head. Eric Birling, Sheila's brother, admits that he had an affair with Eva, resulting in her pregnancy. He even stole money from his father's businesses to support her. As Eric says, you're not the kind of father a chap could go to when he's in trouble.
The inspector's role becomes even clearer now. His questioning has exposed the moral failings of each family member, forcing them to confront their actions. The inspector's famous line, "We are members of one body, we are responsible for each other," is central to the play's message of social responsibility.
But just when the family thinks they've escaped responsibility, it's revealed that there is no Inspector Ghoul on the police force at all. The Birlings start to question whether the evening's events were even real. However, a phone call interrupts them. It turns out a young woman has just died in the exact same circumstances, and an inspector, a different one, is on his way to question them.
And that's where the play ends, leaving the Birlings and the audience with a crucial moral dilemma. Priestley uses the cliffhanger to emphasise the theme of collective responsibility. Even if the inspector was a fake, the Birlings' actions still led to the tragedy.
The play encourages us all to reflect on our own actions and how they impact the people around us. Priestley critiques the social inequalities of time and challenges us to think about how we treat others, regardless of their social status.
Thanks for joining us on this mini telling of An Inspector Calls. We hope it's given you a better understanding of the play's key themes and characters.
For more in-depth looks at the story or any other English literature modules, please visit the BBC Bitesize website. You'll find all the information you need. The link is below.
And remember, as the inspector says, we are responsible for each other. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
For in-depth GCSE resources and practice, visit BBC Bitesize now.